his name again?
Mayek Haran.
Mayek Haran. All right. Everyone, this is Mayek Haran. He is the new member of our cadre. He is a Primaris level Psyker, recommended by Lord Inquisitor Caden. So, yes. Mayek, this is Sigmund, Zhao, and Major Kenneth.
He makes a point of walking to each individual and extending his hand in greeting. Starting with, I believe you mentioned it, I believe you said it was Sigmund first. All right, yes. You said Sigmund's name first.
Yeah. He hasn't shaken hands with anyone yet, so he's not going to now. You get the feeling he's staring at you, but yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, he just says, he withdraws the hands and just politely smiles and says, well, all in due time. And then moves on to Zhao, I believe, or was it Kenneth?
Zhao Shen Wong of House Wong, and he actually will shake your hand. A great pleasure. You come from Lord Caden. I suppose that explains the use of the teleportarium. Quite a bit of showmanship. I appreciate it.
He smiles faintly. There's no kind of glimmer of arrogance or, as Zhao mentioned, showmanship, but chuckles very lightly all the same and says, well, I would rather rely on my own abilities rather than... No, yeah. Yeah, he'd just say it's something like that. He'd rather rely on... Wait, the teleportarium, there's one on the ship? Yes?
There isn't.
Oh, right. Well, then he would say he would rather rely on his own abilities than that of... He doesn't pass a sideways glance, but says the machine. Ergo drop pods and whatnot.
Ah.
Something could go wrong after all.
Well, welcome to the front.
And then lastly, Major Kenneth.
Greetings, sir. Apologies for my men's reaction. We are behind enemy lines, so they are a little bit twitchy.
Not at all. I wouldn't have expected anything less.
Oh, yes.
Anywho, he then turns to... Or takes a step back and looks at the 4 individuals in a wider arc so we can see all of them. And then states, I'd very much like to be brought up to date on the current situation.
Zhao, could you help our friend out here?
Happily. Right this way, right this way. Do you drink wine?
That's a hard question. Let me think. Well, let me roll. I do not partake, sadly. But thank you for the offer all the same.
Pity. I had a rather nice bottle snuck down, but maybe afterwards.
He nods politely. Wait, yeah. Are you going to bring him up to date on the current situation then, or?
I would essentially give him a brief rundown of it.
I think John actually needs.
Yeah, I kind of need one.
Oh,
even if it's just pinpointed out of character, that's fine.
Well, as a general overview, we have our dear little Warbass that's going to be coming in. Hopefully we can assassinate him, and if we can take out some of his inner circle, all the better. That, coupled with the destruction of the... I think you can see them from here. Those towers, they view those I suppose you could consider them to be something like an ecclesiarchy icon board. Destroying them should demoralize the orcs considerably, along with the destruction of the war boss, at least some of the nobles, and the orcs should fall into infighting within, well, only a few minutes, really, which would, until a new war boss comes forward to lead the warg, reduce the pressure on the guard considerably, allowing them to focus on the Severan dominance. Thus far, we have simply been keeping the camp over there unbalanced. The war boss is expected to arrive within only a few days, 2 to 3 at the very most. And, well, that's where we are now. We had a rather entertaining bout with some squigots, quite large. Smelly little things. Oh, well, big things, really. But that's all for you.
You have my thanks. I assume we are waiting for this war boss to come planet side before launching any sort of assault then? Or are we to act prior? Assuming we can see the orcish pyres, whatever that you mentioned, from where we are now, he glances towards them.
Unfortunately, at this point, we probably are going to have to wait until he comes. We can try sneaking in and perhaps laying some of the groundwork. I think we might attempt that, at least with the demolitions. But the orcs can be rather unpredictable. They move around and they don't really follow any appreciable pattern. So anything placed too early will almost undoubtedly be found simply by dumb luck. Some Gretchen or Grot tinkering around. It happens.
They have their choppers, don't they? If that was the name of the thingies.
Deathcopter.
Deathcopter, that was it. The chopper. Yeah. I don't know where the choppers came from.
A chopper is
they call their
no,
weapon.
a chopper is
A chopper is a
the
melee
axe. Yes.
Yeah, I just realised.
Deathcopter is what they call them.
That's awesome.
So we are to merely sit and wait then.
For the moment. Unless the Inquisitor decides otherwise.
Always open to suggestions.
Okay.
Good one.
I didn't come up with it. It's all we. I just remembered it as all.
And yeah, and John, you missed my bloody, disgusting orcish accent. Last time Marbos turned Scottish. This time he turned Darkwing Duck. Skull Hunter somehow. At least that's how I realized when you pictured the GIF.
And you missed Zhao heckling the orcs.
Wow.
That was pretty funny. That was the highlight of the session.
It was actually rather effective.
What those rolls were for? Because I don't know what should I say seeing those results.
He just keeps his mouth. He doesn't say anything. That was, yeah, to see if he would. Okay, so Xanthus's last thing was, unless there's any other suggestions, to which Meg just simply doesn't say anything, really. Thankfully, he didn't suggest something stupid.
What, if I may ask, is your title, Mr. Haran, over at Primaris Haran?
Sorry, could you repeat that? My headset kind of cut out.
What exactly is your title, Primaris Haran? essentially he's asking for your Adeptus Astra Telepathica title, which in turn tells what your primary ability is.
Oh, I was reading about that earlier.
What is
It.
I was going to ask what his specialty was next. So thanks for
Yes.
taking it from me.
I need to find the exact name.
It's, I think, page 160 of the core rule. 160
core rule book. That was it. My apologies for not knowing this off the
There it
top of my
is.
head.
No.
And this is a Novice Tenebrae. Novice Tenebrae.
Does that go any higher? Or is
That's
that
No.
all the main
the max?
is.
Okay.
Technically, it doesn't. It technically, well, I'm sure it kind of sort of does, but the thing is that psi ratings in Ascension, those are not like psi rating 7, psi rating 8. Those are psi rating +1, psi rating +1 again. So technically, there isn't a psi rating above 6 exactly. It's just only effectively. It just means that you're stronger and more powerful.
Then he would respond with Spectral Aeon. Or Eon, however it's pronounced.
Excellent. We can have one telepath with here already. It's proven quite effective. Well, that seems to be the gist of it. You can stay here. I'll be right down there. The Inquisitor's over there in that tent. And welcome aboard.
He simply just inclines his head politely and potters over to the designated area where he is to stay.
If you need anything, just let the quartermaster know. I'm afraid we're quite lean. But things should pick up and become a little bit more exciting soon. Good night.
You too, Mr. Wong. At which point he sits down, pulls out, I guess... Wait, no, he wouldn't take off his armor, that's just dumb. What's that item called again?
What's so funny?
Question with regards to how you would remove parts of your power armor. Is it an actual suit, or could you remove the gauntlets, for example?
It's not a suit. It's put onto you.
Okay.
Piece by piece. You would need help getting out of it.
Sure.
Hey, new guy, Primaris. Solon
Light
gets pipes in. Need help with that?
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking normal power armor. I don't know.
It's light power armor.
Light power armor, you could probably manage to get out yourself. It might take a little while. Do you have telekinesis?
Yep.
Yeah, you're fine. Wait, do you have precision telekinesis?
I do not.
Oh, that might be a little bit more tricky. But you could do some bits.
I mean, I just want the gauntlets, gloves. That's all.
Hey, John, why don't you try flinging your armor off?
Fuck off.
But yeah,
that would be an
it would take you. It would take you. It would take you.
You lagged.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Gabriel.
One moment. Let me disconnect and try reconnect.
Yeah, you cut for a moment, so.
Any better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you can do it. It's just going to be not as fast as with precision telekinesis, but faster than it would be otherwise.
That's fine. But then he, as mentioned, potters over to his designated area, removes the gauntlets after a short while, and then begins to flick through a deck of cards, what looks to be a deck of cards.
Oh, is it? Or are you doing Emperor's Tarot?
No, some 40k equivalent of solitaire, probably. Keep his mind active.
Okay. I mean, yeah, still, Solon would have like popped in and like, hey, name's Solon, Platoon's Psyker.
Oh my god, I forgot my character's name for a moment. Then, may I... Jesus.
John, don't worry.
Dumbass.
You always have his nickname.
Bob, yeah, indeed.
Oh, fuck you. Fucking kill yourself. I probably shouldn't be so aggressive when this is recording. Anywho.
You shouldn't also fart and when we can all hear it as well.
I don't, motherfucker.
And we're moving.
You can feel the love. But anyways,
Yes,
Aren't we just one big happy family?
There was a couple of times where you didn't. I mean, you whispered me for one, and you were like, "Did you hear that?" Anyway, Mayor extends his hand and introduces himself, and then offers crap. What was his name again? Solon to sit.
yeah,
if
he sits down, looks at the cards, and like, he basically starts by doing some small chat, explaining who he is, and saying that, well, it's been interesting. I'm wondering what's your abilities are. I mean, you know, so that we can compare, or maybe I can learn something from you after we are primaries. I know like one thing from pyromancy. It was one way back then, like one other guy was teaching me, not a nice fellow, and biomancy stuff. It's great for alcohol poisoning, and he like smiles.
I kind of want to be a dick, but he's not that confrontational. I guess he'll just do that kind of, is that so? Well, whatever floats your... Yeah, whatever floats your boat, I guess. And then would simply go into what he was proficient in, mainly telepathy, with biomancy and certain few abilities in biomancy and telekinesis, or telekinetics, sorry.
That's nice. Then he looks at your cards. You playing?
He quickly draws the cards back in, shuffles the deck, and I'm not sure what kind of card games there are really in UK, and then would offer, if you'd like to stay for a hand of insert name of game here.
Yeah. Whatever, like he just asked, and whatever. If you want to like make some sort of game, go ahead.
Just trying to think of a game. Do we normally play?
Don't need to blackjack. What? I don't know names of our poker games.
Demko, what was the game?
We played blackjack.
No, the game Alec was playing with the guards.
They played blackjack.
It was Rummy, wasn't it?
No, they played blackjack, because
Okay,
I don't know how to play rummy. They played blackjack.
It was black. Okay, then. It was blackjack, apparently.
Blackjack.
No hookers. Cough.
I mean, what?
Then some variation of blackjack, then, I suppose.
Yeah, Ignacia would have cut off your hand with a bonzo if she... if she like, blackjack and hookers! So who's the hooker? And then they look at the female members of the cadre, of the platoon. Well, You forget that medic has a bonzo and other tools.
Looks at Mr. Wong.
I mean, he could work in a way that he has enough money to buy entire whorehouse. Like, oh, Zhao, Gabriel, did you tell John what's your income?
Please don't. I don't want to cry myself to sleep.
I kind of
It's
wanted
horseshit.
like 20-something thousand.
So yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that he could potentially buy entire whorehouse. Depends on the quality, but anyways, let's not dwell into it. So like when
I say I mean buy the whorehouse, I mean the actual house and the whores. It's neater.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You did a package deal that way.
Like basically what happened, Xantis went like, hey, I wanna equip my platoon with better weaponry. Hey, Zhao, buy me stuff!
And he bought stuff for the entire fucking platoon.
He did.
Or company now, so that makes it even worse.
I don't know if we could have done the previous mission without the first part of the previous mission without the jetpack thing, because we wouldn't have been able to get the telepath up there.
Yeah, they had really nice idea of using Bismuth, but then I look at the book. Yeah, this would be interesting, guys. This part has range of 8 meters.
I had to fly the telepath up there with my jump pack.
Yeah, anyways. And then he'll be like, well, playing against somebody who has telepathy, I'm gonna consider that as a challenge. And probably others guys too, if you are up for some blackjack parties. Or blackjack game.
He just smiles and nods, doesn't really say much else. Oh, rather, he smiles and nods and then say, should we cut this short then so you can invite other members of your platoon?
Oh, if you are cool with that, then sure. And then he will... Yeah, then he'll go... Kenneth will be focused on something else. Antalius the same, we're gonna get to that in a moment. But actually Ignacia, Cantor, and like 1 or 2 other mooks, nameless mooks, come in, they all say hello. Those who didn't introduce personally to you with handshake, they do so. And then you like start playing, and I just wanna cut for a moment to Zygmunt. For Zygmunt it will be like one thing, I don't know what he's doing in like his spare time doing encampment, but Antalius at one point would come by. Do you require any assistance with tech preservation, sir? Or however he would name it, the like, you know, if you need help with tech stuff.
No, I don't think I do. No, he would put it that way. No, I do. No, I do not. Thank you.
And then he nods. Of course. I wonder for a moment, but I imagine that for him this is not the time yet to ask about other mechanical stuff. Because I think you already talked back way when about... yeah, I remember this stuff. You talk about the biotics or cybernetics.
Yeah.
So... actually no. He would go like... may I actually... As he was started to turn around and he like turns... Actually, may I ask about one thing, sir?
I suppose.
I imagine that as with every career rank, as we go with every step, or die trying in the service of Emperor,